It is.
Cosmos Hub is in danger. But I do want to start this video by telling you that you should like this video, considering the grant importance. My also grant apologies for.
Share it. Donna's a very accepting person. As you guys can see, I need to lose weight. I actually
But yeah, I need to address this. My apologies for highly disrespectful guest that appears without the T-shirt. As we know, the guest would not appear without the T-shirt on any other show but mine. So I hope everyone appreciates that. And maybe it would be more accepted if there would be a six-pack body and really grand. But we have enlarged breast tissues visually presented, and yeah, that requires a lot of work. So yes, the titties.
Well,
Not
wait,
as
would you accept it if I were a really gorgeous woman?
I can't see that.
I'm not a really gorgeous woman, so you can't see that. You're right. Yeah,
But you need to work on that body.
I do.
Um,
I do.
I I was slightly disappointed with you
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck about though. You're like my enemy, Jacob.
because I think you are a grifter, but this is not the. I
You
think
think I'm a grifter?
yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to just open up the conversation thread, bro. Hey there, shit.
I I think everything you do is for your self benefits. And as long as you don't need the people in your circles, um and sometimes when you feel you get too much power, you feel like you can do everything, right? Which becoming too big headed. But this video, like, let's start with the.
I'm painfully aware I can't do everything. Trust me. That's why
So I'm eating sour jellies.
good.
They're not good for you, but I had small breakfast, so I will be forgiven.
Well, I hear you frequently, do your working out. I'm doing my working out too, by the way. That'll kick in soon, I bet. What's up with your hand? I just
Do you
kind
see
of.
the callus?
Yes, yes. What is that? Oh, that's your callus from working out, eh? Very
Mhm.
good. Very good.
So I might look like a soft man, but if you work every day, you develop calluses, right? That's the proof of hard work. That's the proof of the routine that every person should have in life.
Yeah.
There is yeah there is no excuse. You have to have really strong control over your body. It's easy to lose control,
Yeah.
and
I believe
obesity is serious issue. Is I think we should be anti-fat. We should encourage. We should fat shame people openly, right? That would be maybe.
Well, we're not allowed to fat shame the hub, but overall, I think that the fat shaming aimed at me has been productive. It's caused me to prioritize health. Um,
It's the time at the certain point, but
well,
we are here.
that one time where I kind of anthropomorphized the cosmos hub. I think
We are we are here to discuss the cosmos media, right? I believe, and the great danger that is to the cosmos media. um we had it's going back. I'm not sure why is the point,
it's the whole brand of the
because
cosmos.
it's you wanted to talk. There was proposal 89 about the funding the grift, that is called Cosmic Validator.
I
um
try not to get into words like grift. Here's the deal, man. It's just not high quality content. I don't want to attack their character, call them a grifter, a scammer, what the hell ever. Okay. Although I don't think that they really followed the terms of their proposal. Because it described this like phased disbursement, and they said that I lied but I mean it's very much in their proposal, and my expectation of their content is just like it's just not good. And Don, I you're calling me a grifter now. I don't really think I'm a grifter, but you know what, Don? The proposal, the content that has been made. Thank you so much, Covering. Thank you.
To
The
anyone, to someone, sorry to stop you. Someone says this is proof of stakes. This is not proof of stakes. Wait a second.
Don's going to do something. Right, imagine he's getting a steak. I don't know. He's going to do something.
I'm
He's
defrosting.
got a steak, a proof of steak. Oh, ooh, very
I'm
nice.
defrosting that heavy motherfucker for tonight. Yeah.
Excellent.
See, uh,
Yeah.
thir- it costed me $35.
Hong Kong dollars or US dollars?
US dollars,
US.
280 Hong Kong dollars. Yeah.
Yeah. Look good though. Um, yep. So, you know, that is proof of steak, by the way, Don. It looks like a very nice steak. And I suppose, what if we like kind of, have a little bit of an agenda here? Let's first talk about the cosmic validator issue.
Let's start with Cosmic Validator, and then we can address the issues between me and you.
Sure, sure, yeah.
So
Oh,
there was proposal 8. So I give you the backstory of my perspective. The Cosmic Validator is actually not this girl who is on the videos. It's some sort of dude that probably got his friend to record the videos.
yeah,
They started around the summer, and they started doing them twice a week, very bad quality and shit, right? Like, it's disgusting quality. What then they started doing,
yeah.
and I said it multiple times, they start DMing people and asking them to check the video, like it, and share it.
Well, I
Um,
just I never got a DM, but I
right,
wouldn't have shared
yeah,
it.
like, but they were DMing Dimi and others. I know it for a fact. Then they would misrepresent the data because they would pump their views, and they release video only like every 2 weeks, right? And they would show that they get like our top 7, top 5 in the views, but it's easy to mix the views, right? If I make the video every 2 weeks and focus on the trending video on the Cosmos Hub, I will end up with 2,000 average views for the past month or something. So they were using this and tagging all of the people. After they did like 10 videos or something like that, I don't remember, or 6 videos, they put the proposal that they do this, and it was supported by like Dimi. But Dimi, I have no respect to Dimi on Juno. I actually really don't like this guy anymore.
Huh.
They had a private call with
You
P2P
should
validator.
dislike people less, I think. Oh, you say you dislike me as well, but that's not the point. Please continue.
Because
Please
Jacob,
continue.
I don't like anyone in crypto. I really decided fully that I just don't. I realized what is this space, and the smell is really strong, right? So to give you
In some areas, I don't know. In other areas, I think the smell is
so
fantastic.
2 months ago there was proposal to allocate 1,800 atoms, and I believe the request was to receive it monthly, 300 atoms a month, meant to be dispersed to them. I believe they had private calls with few validators, like P2P Validator, large organization that has one person voting on proposals. So votes yes are Stakefish, Game, P2P, Citadel One, IrisNet, Kalpatech, Posthuman, Zero One Node, Club Staking, Ztake, Grandfish, Smart Stake, Papmos, Citizen Cosmos, Commercial Network, Stake Systems, Chainflow, Debo, Crowd Control, High Stakes, Made in Block, and few smaller one.
Okay, those are the
The
S voters.
delegate. Um,
Those are
and
the
they
S
received.
voters. Don? Can you clarify that? Like
Sorry,
that list of validators. Those are the yes voters.
this is yes voters. Yes, this
Okay.
is the yes voters. Possibly they were in the DMs of these validators during the proposal. They would attack every person that spoke against that, and they received 1,000. It passed thanks to Stakefish voting in the last hour. Received 1,800 atoms that a few days ago they transferred to Kraken, which was at value of 25,000, I believe, somewhere around that. So simply cashing out, which proposal didn't go through as planned by monthly disposal, right? They do some responses that I'd like to maybe read. Maybe should I share it?
Sure. Oh,
um,
yeah. You should.
so
Yeah.
I'm giving you
What
the
did they
full
say?
breakdown. So Cosmic Validator says, since we launched our YouTube channel, many cosmos, is it sharing?
Oh, yeah, it's sharing. Yeah, yeah. I can
Sorry,
see it.
I'm sharing also my private DMs here, which is, since we launched
Well, yeah,
our
watch it.
YouTube channel, many cosmonauts gave us valuable feedback and encouraged us to continue and keep improving. We are grateful for this. Thanks. A few, in contrast, kept trying to attack us. Here is a thread to clarify. So some people are lying and saying that the funds we received from the community pool are not being used to produce the videos. This is, of course, a false, because it can be verified by anyone. All the new videos are being released on our YouTube channel. So this is the problem, right? If I make these videos and you give me money, give me 100,000 from Hub, I can say this 100,000 is being invested in these videos. How? So I'm not sure what this point is statement, right?
Well, time costs money and such, but
These people seem to be
uh,
implying that all the work to do these videos, including the content research and preparation, the presentation, and the video design, are done for free. No, it's not done for free. There is a team producing the videos, which has, of course, cost, which is mind boggling, because these
it
videos
is
have bad
mind-boggling
audio.
given the quality.
But how is it possible that this is a team producing the videos? I'm alone. I'm alone. I don't have studio. I
And you
actually
do
have
and
a
you do much
bedroom.
done. You do much better. Okay,
Of
absent any
course, because I
controversy.
know how to
Yeah.
use camera. I know, like, and I tell you, the camera with good quality, it's not expensive. They using shit camera, don't know how to edit video, so they don't really hire people. Like, probably they try to do it by themselves. They don't know how to do it. They read the scripts. They don't have the reach. But I want to address. There is no reason to read this nonsense, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
But so the thing is, the cosmos is known for not knowing anything. Um, there was I recently I came to learn that, remember this old. I'm not gonna tell the source, but
Okay.
remember this old Ignite videos, the signal where paying
Oh,
paying.
about the pricing. Yeah, I
Remember
remember about
how
the
shitty
pricing
they
too.
were.
I
Remember
wanted to
how
hit my head on the wall till it bled.
these
Yeah.
videos apparently costed like 400K to make. This is how the money is spent in Cosmos.
Well,
So for anyone,
you're right, but like that is definitely something we would want to fix because you know what?
oh yes, oh
You're talking about the ones that Pung did, right? Like Pung was
yeah,
featured in those videos. Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is like such a disastrous video. Like,
Well, they were not. Look, those videos weren't good, and in addition to that, it's just far too high of a funnel.
people, those 10 minutes, I'm gonna let it settle. Fucking hell, Jacob, you will make people sick on this chat.
I'm gonna
Um,
oh with my body. Well, Oh, and
um,
by the way, Don, since you produce high quality videos and you're a friend, man, you can talk about my body. I gotta lose weight, man. I appreciate your what is it,
so
fat shaming we call it? That's good,
10
man. Thank you.
just want to make sure, like,
Yeah.
because we're talking about Cosmic, but those 10 minutes video were paying Zeng with lack of confidence, lack of charisma, or anything. Those costed $400,000. Okay, this is what Cosmos, the Cosmos has incompetent content makers, people who don't know the costs and who openly are being scammed by low quality video producing companies. So that's the one thing, right? But we are talking about the Cosmic here. So yes, they received 25,000. They attack everyone who come after them. And my point is, no no content creator should be funded from the hub. And I explained to you, Jacob,
Oh, so
because
I mean, I disagree. I disagree.
uh-huh.
I want like a propaganda army, but please, go. Why don't you walk through, like for me, in detail why you think that no content producer should be
hmm
funded by the hub?
So my why Cosmic prop passed? Be- I can answer this for
I
you, but you can.
okay, answer it for me then, because I mean, certainly I didn't want it to pass.
Because they had connections in the Cosmos Hub, because they knew the validators, right? So they approached them and asked them to vote yes. So with that, the content that is worth $0 received $25,000 in value. We have few different content creators. We have CryptoCito, we have Liam, me, Joe, Seb,
Yeah.
whatever, like few of them.
Oh,
If crypto
what's her name? Speaker X from CoinHall. Another one. She
Yeah,
does have videos,
sorry.
right?
I She doesn't have channel, but she do with us now show with me and
Oh,
Joe.
sweet.
Yeah, so here is the point. If
Yeah.
CryptoCito, for example, right? I give you example. Bless CryptoCito, the biggest Cosmos content maker. If CryptoCito were to put proposal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fund CryptoCito work with give the number $20,000 a month, right? Sponsor him from the hub.
Yeah.
Can we establish that CryptoCito has really good connections with a lot of larger validators?
Well, I mean, he does, but that's done as a validator. It's part of your job to have good connections to
That's
different.
what I'm saying. And in similar stance, the Cosmic Validator, yes, he's wearing pants. And in similar stance, the Cosmic Validator received the funding because the validators are unable to understand what is the value. This is why going through the governance, you cannot fund the content because the content that will be even Seb, the
You're thinking of like undue influence. Is that correct?
well, it would have to be done different way. I
So
do have some ideas. So for
okay, here, let me walk through a scenario because I'm trying to understand your objections. Okay, are you trying to say that, like, for example, let's use CryptoCito for example. Okay,
Mhm,
so he makes a proposal to the hub. Let's say it's not 20,000 a month. Let's say he's asking for about say 5,000 US dollars
mhm.
per month to like fund and facilitate his video work.
Which
Right?
is just slightly above cosmic at this stage.
Okay. Well, let's just say that actually happens, right? And then what you're saying is that basically he's using hub funds in a way that it kind of promotes him too, right? And promotes his validator and could give him an unfair advantage. Is that right?
It could be done this way, but it just about the governance funding. This is not a very good point. This is
My
not
point.
right way to funding because like um also how we would value anything, how we value his content, so like you had the shit show with the cosmic validator proposal passing, and this shows you the inefficiency of the governance. So then maybe you have this other guy, Seb, right? He has 1,000 subscribers. To be honest, with this level of influence, there is not really high marketing potential. I have not many too. I have just about 4,000. To
Mhm.
have the any marketing value, apparently 10,000 subscribers is like where you're starting to get offers.
Well, I hope
Below,
that everybody in the audience will subscribe to Don's videos because Don's,
yeah, it's slowly growing. I'm working on that. So
good.
when you distribute the funding, right? I want to give you example. First of all, the person who is responsible for the funding has to actually know the pricing, has has
Yeah.
to know the value. So how you want to get the value back, you need the conversion, right? Like kind of,
I'm not certain of this
well, maybe, but
because
you need to understand, like if you have, let's say, the influencer that make the YouTube videos, let's say he has this 10,000 subscribers or something, and let's say he gets 2,000 views per video. Sometimes when he do video outside of the content, it doesn't work as well. So my Cosmos video will do much better than other videos, right? So if you have this influencer that can get you 1,000 views, 2,000 views, the funding actually for 10,000 subscribers channel with this kind of views would be actually few $100s per video. That's what the price is. So the person who has to decide has to understand, it should be the person who already worked in the marketing and working with influencers, right? So let's say there is the big channels, there is the big channel like Coin Bureau, right? Like, so the quality of him putting highly educational, informative content about the hub is the value, but the
But
value of the hub is
I
tied
have a
into
good question. Uh, is it about Coin Bureau's reach or what? And by the way, guys, you know it's not a scam. Hi, audience.
it's about his reach and the fact he's also the audience that is heavily in the Ethereum, maybe Cardano. And if he can provide the education to his audience, there is quite high possibility that maybe few hundred users will come to Cosmos and get the Kepler wallet, and you reached few hundred users, right? So
Yeah,
you more likely would like to get the large influencers that can bring the users, so they can bring the new users to your ecosystem and bring high quality education. Governance will not be able to establish and will not be able to do due diligence for that. You would probably have to have few people that would work on this marketing and would be able to establish the right spending. And this is not the first time that Cosmos Hub is actually failing, because Cosmos Hub failed with the Proposal 32. Because all due respect to Zakis, all due respect to Wolf Contract, all due respect to all of the people that are involved in Cosmos, those
well,
people,
quick question. Quick question. Is the problem respect or money or like what are
these
the
people
outcomes
have
that they to fail?
no idea about anything what is marketing value, and they don't know how to allocate the funds. So for example, Proposal 34, I was allocating like $2 million. It went partially to the pump, which is like Bitcoin maxis that would never buy Cosmos, which shows
Well,
you.
wait, hang on. Let me just tell you something. All of us, when I say us, I mean like kind of like the oldest cosmonauts or whatever. What I think that one thing that we share in general is like we are literally Bitcoin maxis, and I think another thing that we share is that when we explain Cosmos to the Bitcoin maxis, we're always confused that they don't fucking love it. So I could see how that mistake would get made. That's all.
Okay, so I'm not like, so if that would be interesting data to know how much money was given to the pump, if it was 550,000 or what, because
Mhm.
I believe the video about Cosmos was just like few thousand views or something like this, so it was completely it was misshot, right?
He's kind of in my circles. Should I try to get him on?
Pump.
Yeah. I ran into him in my Bitcoin mining days.
Well, that's but so what I'm saying, it's complete miss. These funds
Huh.
would be way better allocated if it even would be given to actually someone like the Beat Boy Crypto, who is like known grifter. Like, I know you hate this word. The reason for that, he has very liquid users who are moving. And despite him getting like a lot of money from shitcoins and was like pumping their backs,
Yeah,
that
I
also
don't
shows
like
me.
that aspect of his work.
I
I,
understand.
I, I
So
like Bitcoin for only one reason, which is when all this shit with FTX was going down. He flew down to the Bahamas and trolled the hell out of SBF, and I'm always pro trolling SBF. Also, Gary Gensler. Any trolling of those two, I'm in full support.
what well, he's just like quite um yeah, someone said full of himself. But what I'm saying, this money would be better spent on people even like Beat Boy than given to the pump, because Cosmos experts always try to be clever, so they want to allocate to those, but they completely waste the resources on marketing. This is not how you do it. So you would have to probably get the team of people who run the similar crypto agencies marketing and can get you the best possible price. By the way, Bitcoin once commented on my video, which was irony, because I started my channel by roasting BitBoy, and when I made the video about SBF few months ago, the BitBoy left a comment on my video. He
Were you
changed.
attacking SBF? You were
Sorry.
attacking SBF, right? I mean, some people defend Sam. You were attacking Sam, though,
Yeah, it was after this all shit went
No,
down.
he's
So
just a moral character. I don't trust people who defend Sam. You know, freaks me out.
I
So
mean, there is a lot of bad actors in the crypto, right? This SBF not is not the
absolutely,
first one, not the last one. You have bad people in every ecosystem.
every industry done.
So this is why
There's,
I am
there's
against.
corruption and weirdness in every single industry. Okay, and that has to do with the basic reality that you know we're all flawed humans. Anyhow, um, here, let me deliver like my summary to the
Mhm.
cosmic situation, and you feel free to follow me up. Okay. Hi, Cosmic Validator. Jacob here, and not wearing a shirt. Um, I'm very grateful to Don here. He's like, yeah, okay, you want to do a shirtless interview? Let's go. And I just want to mention I am not wearing a shirt to absolutely make a point. Okay, Cosmic Validator. Now here's the thing: this shirtless video, it's going to get more views, likes, shares, crap like that than any of the garbage you're producing. Now, I'm not attacking you. Don is most certainly attacking you. Okay, Don is saying you're a grifter. Don is saying okay, that's some stuff like that. Um, I think that Don could be right, but let's say I'm a little slower to pass judgment than Don. Don says I'm a grifter too, so we have that in common. But the videos being produced by Cosmic Validator are so bad as to embarrass the hub. I am not embarrassed of my body or my wonderful tattoo. Oh, fuck yeah, cool. In fact, this tattoo and the night when I got it was like, guys, that was a career highlight. Okay, not a lot of people get to actually do what I did that night. I'm grateful to everybody who showed up or like participated on the internet. It was fun as hell. And like, okay, this being fun as hell, Cosmic Validator, this is what your videos are not. Okay, they are sterile, they're boring. Um, and I do also want to say that I do believe that you have, gone outside of what you described in your governance proposal, which talked about like a monthly disbursement, and it did not say anything about, schlepping them all into a centralized exchange shortly after releasing, or shortly after receiving the atoms. And so, I mean, I believe that the best way forward, I suppose there are two. You can dramatically increase the quality of the videos, and maybe begin by recognizing that they're not good. Okay, that they do not have a fun character or tenor to them, and they're not a good value to the hub community. In fact, Don, I want to say I agree with you that they're damaging. Okay, um, and so like that's kind of yeah, Ted Crypto. I don't know if you've seen the videos; they are truly that bad. Yes, the fact that the hub is paying for these videos is it's it's not acceptable.
As I said,
Um,
at the price of transferring them to Kraken, that was around 25,000 for 12 videos, for 6 months of work. So yeah, 4,000 a month. Nice gig for
yeah,
absolutely
well,
no
and
reason.
they're just bad though.
Yeah,
Like,
they will not be really able to improve quality that much. It's I tell you, Jacob, it's something very important that you need to feel quite ease with camera, right? Like that's actually quite important, and
hmm.
not everyone can do it. Like some people become popular without having personality, but it will be difficult to achieve that for them, because I
Well,
can't
don't you
imagine.
feel like they're just being read from like press releases? I,
Sorry.
I, I haven't checked, dude, but I believe that some of those videos are just literally the person on camera. reading from a
Really,
script,
really. Yeah,
and
yeah,
in
yeah.
fact, I don't believe they even bothered to make a script. I'm pretty sure that they're just reading some stuff the ICF released, and one of them at
Yeah, yeah.
least.
That's their plan. And
Oh, so that is okay. Do you ever find the source? Because I mean, I don't want to make like any false
I
allegations.
don't watch these videos because irony is that they still say like, oh, we got 300 videos or whatever. All of those videos come, all of those views come from the people who watch it for a laugh.
Damn, you're right.
Because
Wow.
every click counting for a view. So if you go to like, and Cosmic surely has probably more publicity than me. So if you
No,
go to
no,
Cosmic
Don,
Validator,
listen. They do not.
oh,
Hang on, listen. I didn't even know who they were. Um,
the Genesis Hub Validator apparently.
well, yeah, like, dude, there's a lot of them. A lot of Genesis validators that they're there. And like, there's the random string. Remember the random string and my double middle fingers at Bucky? Bucky, I'll not double middle finger you right now. Okay, here's a hug and a high five. It's virtual, but like, you know, I've learned that there's, well, okay, Stefan, I agree with you, but the videos are so bad that they make the whole community look bad. And
So
in addition to that, there's this attitude thing going on, which for me,
that was the argument that was used against me before when I spoke about this. Everyone said it's just 20,000, it's not a problem. But when I would put similar proposal on the forum, clearly the sentiment was no, we cannot give that to Don, despite the fact my reach is much greater.
dude, can I please just make a proposal on your behalf, though? Because, like, again, that's
I
something I disagree with you on. I disagree with you about, like, how the hub should handle funding content creation. I don't know. I'm just like, some kind of fundamental disagreement there.
I will speak to everyone. I don't think once again funding content from the community pool is disgrace. So I understand. Like imagine, guys, to yourself, okay? We in Poland, in my home country, where like we always hate the what is the IRS version, right? So if someone work for the IRS for the taxman,
Yeah,
it's always like the lowest kind of job. Like you disrespect this person. Like it's not good
of course.
because those people live off your tax.
Yeah.
They do nothing. They do bad job, and they so if you receive the funding from the Cosmos Hub, you are this person. Like, and this is my problem because
Now,
that's how I view it. So
I
what?
believe that we can change this. I mean, I know that you know because you helped along the way. I know you know that I have a long history of advocating for change on that. I know that
So
you also
I will tell you what is my proposal. I
know.
don't want the funds from community pool. There is a lot of entities. There is informal system. There is Interchain Foundation. There is Inclusion. There is
Wait.
E2P. Sorry,
You're
there is many
making.
large organizations. Never heard them coming. Hey, we like your content. We at Informal want you to make the video about what we do right now on the hub. If you could get good great update
Do you
about
want that?
what is replicated security. Not once, Jacob. Those people will never come and spend the money from their own company,
Now
but
that
they
you
want
have
to
said
ask
never,
from the community
hang on.
pool.
Wait.
I will
First of
not
all,
take money from the community pool. I will not.
I personally I believe that it's correct for you to do so because then you're not working for informal. Then you're not working for AIB. Then you're not working for the ICF, and you can do you. In fact, Don, this is exactly why Notional applied for funding from the Hub community pool because we want to work for the Hub stakeholders. Okay, and like yeah, so I mean I don't know. I'd love to get your thoughts on this because again, I still
Yeah,
strongly disagree with you. Strongly, even
not
strongly.
not,
I
not
think you're
really
wrong.
sure because I no it will leave, but because if I take the money from the hub and let's say you do the video criticizing ICS, It's like we paid. How
Wait,
he
wait, wait.
spun
No,
our
no,
bags.
this is actually the point, though, because it will have been the community that funded you. Okay, the
No, that
community.
would not be community. Once again, this is the misconception,
I'm
Jacob.
so confused. Okay, I'll shut up.
This would be the large validators deciding for the community to fund Ron Kryptonium.
I reject that. I reject that assertion as well. Here's the thing, man. Like, you're a validator, so I imagine you know this. But if you don't, I'll walk you through it. Uh, Delegators' votes override their validators' vote. I mean, do you want to walk through the code for that?
They don't really, the majority is these large validators, so it doesn't really work in practice. So it's
Okay, okay.
very romantic view.
So one. Listen, I agree with you. I think that we have a voter apathy problem to all of Notional's delegators on the hub, especially if you disagree with us on a governance position. Okay, please feel free and encouraged to use the right to override. Okay,
So yeah,
and
this is there is the look, there is the small community validators, the retail, they usually delegate to lower validators. I have few of them. Those validators vote, right? So my vote matter less. But the validators like Stakefish, Dokia Capital, and others, they hold often some funds money, and
yeah,
those don't vote. So those large validators is actually the ones who make decisions on the hub and not the delegators. That's quite naive. That quite, so it was those large entities that made the decision to fund the cosmic validators. It a small community majority, I believe, voted no there, right? So this is the issue why it doesn't work. Just to let you know, yes, I am validator because I was thinking how I can make money, right?
yeah.
um so just to let you know, I did have few support. So obviously Takumi was the massive supporter, but when it comes to retail, it's actually very little money, and I appreciate every single one. Like when I see 20 atoms delegated, 50 atoms delegated, it's great. The
Yeah,
second, like I
I
told
gotta
you,
agree with Don as well.
my total stake from the like community people is like 15,000 atoms. I never received the support once again from large institutions.
Mhm.
When I would message Zaki or Ja, like they don't support. They're like, so I actually, like, anyone delegating to Inclusion or Strangelove, like it's dumb. It's seriously dumb.
Why? I mean, I've got to disagree with you, man. Zaki and
Why?
Jack do tons, and in fact, it's not only them; it's their companies as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
But like what I'm saying is, no, I
Yeah,
really
Jack
disagree.
does a great job. Jack also receives a lot of money funding from those institutions and support of those institutions that delegates to him. Um, and
Well, I mean, but
actually,
I guess what I'm saying is,
Jack is actually preaching, speaking badly about community who don't agree with his votes. Don't just like so yeah, like great, he's great dev, he received the funding, like he will get probably millions from ICF now because he do few stuff, like, so his company does receive millions of funding, right? So
hey, Ed, let me
I
actually just say that, uh, dude. Okay, here. I don't know. You know what's wonderful is that all parties here have absolutely no NDA whatsoever, and it's a beautiful thing. So I want to tell you a strange love story. Okay, um, Notional is working with Composable. Okay, and Strange Love is also kind of sort of working with Composable in that they're making a dependency that Composable needs. Okay, this is it's called the Wasm client. Okay, and what it is, it's like, Don, you're gonna tell me at the end of this how well I did explaining this in a non-technical fashion. Okay, the client, and these are technically termed light clients. Okay, This is what makes IBC so far hack proof. Okay. Basically, you have your chain A over here, you have your chain B over here. Okay. And chain A can verify with certainty the state of chain B. Right. And this is what makes IBC secure. And in my opinion, the first big composable win, okay, is going to be doing IBC between Cosmos and Polkadot. And by the way, they're also going to be doing IBC between Polkadot and Kusama. And okay, whole point though, my whole point, dude, I'm watching it happen in real time on GitHub. Strangelove's work is undoubtedly
Yes.
the most exciting that's occurring in Cosmos.
Yeah. He's also heavily incentivized. So
Well, here's the thing, man. When somebody
yeah,
is
great. As I said, great. But I
excellent,
want to say to community that your 100 atoms will do much better for someone like me than for someone like Strangelove, which is a fact.
honestly, I would tend to agree with you, Don. I think that stake distribution is a really important issue facing Cosmos. And I would not encourage you to redelegate away from Strangelove. But to the audience, I would say that, in fact, even if you look at Notional's governance proposal, which Donna suddenly abstained from, I don't know, like we're enemies or something. I don't know what the deal is. We can talk about that later. Point is, if you look at Notional's governance proposal, who is voting? Who's engaged? Okay, it is first of all, Strangelove is, and by the way, they're fucking awesome. Okay, Inclusion is, and there are a couple of large validators did, and to those
I
large
just hope
validators,
Jake would not be that critical of people who disagree with him. Okay, that's the. But I will tell you something.
okay, check this out. I believe Jack has a bit of a weakness there, and frankly, so do I. Both he and I tend to. It's just real, okay. But here's the deal, okay. To the audience, since I know that we're speaking to a large audience and probably people with wallets of all sizes, I will definitely say that look at the bottom of the val set, look at some of the new entrants, and check out how frequently they vote. I was really impressed, and by the way, I'm impressed whether the vote is no, abstain, or no with veto, or yes, by validators getting into the game. Like, I mean, I had a conversation with
Yeah,
somebody.
they are much more engaged, obviously. But like, just want to also address. Thank you for sharing with us that Stranger of does works with Composable, because we saw Stranger of sharing a lot of great news about Composable. So just to
I mean,
everyone
I don't,
understand, there's a
I
reason
don't, I
because
don't
he's
know their
incentivized,
relationship.
right? But there is one issue with
Again,
Composable
I
or
don't
working
know if
with.
Strangelove is working directly with Composable. What I do know is Strangelove is contributing to IBC Go, and that Wasm client is straight fire. Okay.
Yeah, just be then like Composable is great. I heard from many people the problem: Composable CEO was banned by security to work in the industry, and he decided to be anon and continue working on that, which was breach of the agreement, which might have its consequences.
You know what? I don't know, and I'm completely unwilling to comment on the matter. But here's the deal. I've had a bunch of calls with Brainjar. I like Brainjar. You want me to ask him to come on the show?
I'd love to. I and
Okay.
I think he's like honest guy, but like just you like just wonder what could be the consequences, because I know he said it was just a fine, but like if you read the securities, like you Google Omazaki securities, and see what's there, and see if like and you can question if what he was doing like he could work or not, because there is a lot of questions for that, so
I feel you. So here's
yeah.
the deal. On my very first call with him, because I had read the Zach XBT commentary, okay, I I addressed it directly, okay, because
It's
that
not even about Zach XBT. It's about if
No,
Omar
yeah,
Zaki
of course.
is Omar Zaki breaking law
Yep.
working at Composable, or if he did because he had 3 years ban and he did work. So it appears.
Um, I would much rather, because I've had a conversation with him about it, and I'll tell you, like, Notional has mean lawyers, okay? But I won't go into detail on it, but what I will say, okay, honestly, dude is one of the most refreshing people I've met.
I
And
like it. I like it. I like the people who have the fraud charges and are not pussy and just going after this, because I also want to address all in Beats ex employees who are literally scared to tweet because they are scared that Jake One will sue them. So I want to say to all of them, you are pussy, and I hope you're going to go to some office job and never come back, because it's wasted time and energy defending anyone who's trying to leave all in Beats because they don't deserve to be defended.
oh
So yeah,
no, oh no, Dennis deserves to be defended. Absolutely.
he cannot
Uh,
even stand for his own.
dude,
He's scared to leave the tweets.
hang on. He is fucking baller. Okay. Look,
Rarma told me today. Rarma told me today. Be bold.
you do
Rarma
whatever
told me
you want.
today.
Unlike you, I worked at AIB when Starport was born. Okay. And I watched Dennis fucking transform the company. All right. And Paul was involved too. But here's my point. He laid out a vision. It was a goddamn good one. There were a couple of, I think, really poor design choices in the development of what became the Ignite CLI. And I just want to say I have no faith in the product at this point, but that does not affect my faith in Dennis as a human.
Yes, but you
And
maybe should get work on something else if it's such a useless piece of software.
well, okay. Would you like me to walk you? I can walk through in detail. So it's just like basically the repository grew to 1 gigabyte. Okay, and it grew to 1 gigabyte because it had all these binaries like just sort of floating in there, and it did some kind of weird stuff to the way that
Tintin,
things.
wait, Jacob. After all, Jay is founder. We cannot Tintin, get the fuck out of this chat, okay? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here. Stop watching this. I will say anything I want after anyone, okay? Whenever I want. So I don't care if Jay is a founder. Jay is mentally struggling alcoholic, from what I know.
I mean, well,
And you don't know,
I
like
don't know about
also,
substance abuse, okay, but like, um, I, fuck, I'll just be very real with you, Don, because I'm always very real. My vibe is actually one of concern for Jay. I actually know that Jay's enemies, you know, Jack, Zucky, Bucky, whatever, right? We all feel that way. Um, we, okay, I want to, like, we literally want our friend back. Oh, well, dude, hey, Tintin, if Jay wants to come on here and talk with, me, no shirt, Don over there, he got his shirt on, he's all,
I
skinny and
invited him and he
yeah,
wanted to do but
and,
then he
and
came
I'm very
across.
happy to talk with him.
My idea is Jay is struggling. Um, whatever he struggled with, whatever. But it's also like I got a lot of voices that Jay is like really like doing prank calls to people, and I know there like people always will say there is no proof, but there is like too much of this happening. And everyone was like, yeah. So it's like it sounds crazy when you say it. So like whatever, like Jay is,
Look,
he is.
let's put it this way: there's weird shit going on that does not match the character of the dude who brought me into this ecosystem. That's what I'll say. Because, guys, I'm only here talking to Don because I met Jay in 2016. It is the only reason. There's not another reason. He took a whole bunch of time and taught me how to use Tendermint. And look, there's never going to be a point in time where I'm just like, you're a terrible piece of shit. Fuck off. At the same time, I believe he may be doing some really terrible stuff. Guys, I stole that stupid truck full of sand. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was chatting about this on my recent show, that when you did this, you still had Crocs on your feet.
I did. Yes.
Yeah. Was Crocs, and that was peak. That was the most. This was peak of your life. That was most public thing you ever did. The biggest
No,
thing.
I don't think so. Actually, I think that has changed. I would say. I mean, if you Google me now, you get a lot less truck and a lot more Cosmos, and I'm grateful to all of Maya and Notional supporters on that. Yeah, Don, I believe that has changed. But at some point, yeah, that was like, and you can imagine. Well, I had that Bitcoin mining company, right? Well, we started that 6 months after I went totally bonkers and stole that giant truck full of sand. And by the way, this is probably how I have learned to deal with just talking about that as a factual thing, and not really worrying about it too much, because we pitched around 75 different investors at that time. 100% of them would want to know about that. And so I trained myself to actually get that into the first conversation so we didn't waste their time.
I do think there is a lot of entities that don't trust you. Can't blame them. Some actions that you, but I think we addressed the cosmic validator and the content. There is no.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, Don. I don't think I'm so horrible. I mean, you called me a grifter before.
But
What's up
there
with
is
that?
the.
Why are you saying Jacob's a grifter? I think we have addressed Cosmic Validator. But is there anything else you want to say about that?
Uh,
And then we can make some peace so we can get on to having some goddamn fun. Okay?
I I do think that you kind of do the things for your sole own benefits, right? So you receive the largest delegation from ICF, because I believe that you were such a pain for them. That's the reason for that. um and because they just wanted to keep you quiet. That's maybe better.
Am I quiet, though?
I see the change. I see the kind of change. Why I feel you are, because you know what I expect from people. I just expect you, like, all I want from this space to be fully honest. Like, just be very honest. And I tell you something. I got impression from you and your partners that the Confio proposal wasn't good. You told me that, and I feel you not openly criticizing it.
Hang
You,
on.
let me finish. The reason why you're not openly
Let's
criticizing this,
fucking dig into that, okay? Because, Don, here's the thing. You're not in every chat that I'm in. I could actually just fucking put you in all of them. I don't care, okay?
I
But,
I don't need, because
well, you
I'm
need to listen to me, though. Please. Would you
yeah.
like to?
Mhm.
Because I don't want you thinking I'm a grifter. And by the way, I think I very publicly questioned the Confio proposal on a number of occasions. And here's what I learned. Okay. Well, dude, you're, saying that, oh, Dennis, he's weak somehow because he doesn't want to violate a legal agreement. Well, buddy, what I learned is that organizations that have been funded by the ICF, I think universally, but I don't know because the ICF is not transparent, okay, have, I mean, again, I think universally, I think it is 100% of them are not able to speak about it, okay? And how shall I put this? I know that we had that conversation. I hope you don't feel stabbed in the back by it. Because, I mean, we totally did
I
discuss.
mean, I'm just
Well,
saying
at one
that
point, I said to you very directly,
majority of people, and that includes you, cannot stand for what's right.
well, no, Don, I'm trying to tell you where the problem lies. And I'm trying to tell you that I do believe that, um, overall voted for what's right. Here's the thing, buddy. We can't replace Confio. Okay. At least I certainly don't know how to.
Based on what?
Based on the fucking reality of their virtual machine, buddy. Like, okay, at one point, if
I
you,
have heard Composable already fork that and work on their own.
buddy, I'm absolutely trying to make some bindings for Composable's own virtual machine. Okay, and point being, if I'm successful with that, Carlino Sousa, I am drinking and I'm not wearing a shirt. I'm not drunk though. Just in case that's relevant to you. Okay. Anyway, Don, back to the whole thing about virtual machines. So, um, Composables has some. There's some additional work needed, right? And maybe that can replace the virtual machine. But I have a hard time believing that. Hell, let me take it a little further here. I believe that chains that are already deployed with CW can't really migrate to the composable CW. There are a bunch of reasons. They're very technical. I won't even bother getting into it. Okay. I speaking as the CEO of Notional. I do want to support the composable virtual machine, but also speaking as the CEO of Notional, I also want to support. Uh, oh well,
Don't worry about that. Yeah.
that's
Jacob, I must stop
Carlito,
you.
you can absolutely judge me as you see fit. Now, I do
I
want to
must,
support the composable virtual machine. Okay, I also want to support the Confio virtual machine. Like,
but I must stop you, okay? Because
yeah,
I understand supporting Confio would be good. But this is the argument. This is type of argument. I'm voting yes. I will ignore the lies. I will
wait. What lies? I don't think Confio
I
is
will I
lying.
will ignore the lies, and
Hang on. What lies? What lies?
I will ignore the problems, and I will
What's
vote yes.
Confio lying about? I don't think they're lying about
Mhm.
anything,
So
and I don't think I'm
first of
ignoring
all,
problems.
list of problems: heavy cash burnout and number of managers that is unable to do their job. I've seen the responses of people, of the managers of Confio who write articles and stuff like this. These people never work in real life. They don't know how to write responses. They don't know how to write blog posts. They should probably be fired because they are baggage. But let's
That
jump to the
could be
lies.
true, but it's not for me to decide.
Yeah,
What my
but it's
opinion, there's a
also
guy
for
called
you
Validator.
to decide that those people might not receive payment from the community pool funding. Okay.
Hang on. As a hub validator, okay, the decision is basically this, in my opinion. Does the hub do better if I vote yes, or does the hub do better if I vote no, or does the hub do better if I abstain, or does the hub do better if I veto? Okay. In this case, I believe the hub does better if I vote yes. So I voted yes.
Yes, this also shows the precedent. Like, if you run for profit company that is unprofitable and you spend bunch of money, you don't have to restructure because we're still gonna fund it.
Mm,
That's also another bad precedent, and there is no request of any of that. But regarding lies, there was a blog post of Ethan Frey about project of Confio, which is called T-Grade, that was developed on Confio.
well, here, let me tell you what I know. Okay, quite essentially, Confio walked out of T grade in January of this year. That's
Yes,
what I know.
and they decided, so instead of establishing that it was actually flagship product of Confio that was relying on Confio, they wrote a blog post that T-Grade wasn't associated, that is not associated with them, and it's deceptive. It's deceptive. It's a lie. So that's not very nice. Another lie, what you learned. So Confio said in the tweets before that ICF stopped supporting them in the past, right?
Yeah, they did though. The ICF did stop supporting Confio.
It was Confio who broke the contract with ICF and decided to
Wait,
not
wait,
pursue
wait,
that.
hey. I just want you to know that I'm getting two very fucking different stories on that. Okay. And I'm inclined to trust Ethan Fry on the matter, and I will tell you why.
I
Okay.
don't. I'm inclined to believe what ICF said.
Hey, bro, and I'm not gonna blame you.
I reached
I'm
that
not gonna
the
blame you
Ethan
for that.
Fry. I learned that Ethan Fry was a little too stressed working with Confia, right? And sorry,
Working
it
with
was too
Confio
stressed
or working with
working
the
with
ICF?
ICF. Too stressed to work with ICF. Poor Ethan.
Well,
Poor
bro.
Ethan.
I mean, think about. Hang on. Think about
What's
my.
in the pants? What's in the pants? Is there pussy or balls?
Hmm?
Nothing.
No, repeat yourself. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What's in the pants of Ethan Frey? Pussy or balls?
Let's hear your ball. I mean, he's got balls. I assume. Why don't we like, dude? Like, why?
Balls.
What? Hey, hang on.
Balls. Yeah.
First
Yeah.
of all, I'm not totally sure how relevant that is. Oh,
I'm
thank you, man.
saying they're lying.
Hey,
They're
Mikey,
lying, and I don't like it.
Mikey, I have my shirt right here. You sent one atom to our validator. I'll put it on.
So yeah, but
I'm
reassuming,
serious, by the
we
way.
gave a signal. You don't have to restructure. You don't have to do anything. We're gonna give you funding even. So I'm going to tell you, Jacob, that out there, another example of the bad community pool funding, where all the validators, instead of asking questions for transparency, decided to vote yes here. Similar precedent as with Cosmic, less
Well, hang on.
controversial, I believe.
Do you recognize that, at least in my case, Notional's case, I asked questions and voted yes?
Maybe there was something, but
Wait, no. Yes or no? Do you
Jacob.
recognize that or not?
Well, it was to the point, but as the notional proposal slided more into passing, and after Confio said they support notional proposal, the voices of concern from notional disappeared.
No, I do not. I do not think that that is true.
That's what
I mean,
that's
I understand what you're saying, but you need to understand that there were other conversations occurring, man. And in those conversations, I, I just, buddy, and I hate this. Okay, what I hate is that this should be a conversation about Confia, but
well. There should be conversation about the fact if there are assistants and the managers in Confio who are on 3 times the salary of Don Kryptonium. I think that should be asked.
well, dude, I don't know their
Is
salary,
there is there some office rat that write the blog post who
bro.
earn close to
Hang
six
on,
digit salary?
I gotta ask you. Hold on a second. I don't know people at Confio's salaries. Okay, and
But we subsidizing their salary from the hub. So why shouldn't we know their salaries?
um, because frankly, it's only a question of effectiveness. Thank you, GSD. I will keep
Stop
my.
delegating to notional. Delegate atoms to Don Kryptonium. I'm not gonna promote anyone else. It's only Don Kryptonium matters.
Bro, that's okay. That's okay.
Politics of envy here. I'm saying I want to know if the Cosmos Hub is subsidizing non-dev work, and if yes, in what size? That's all. I'm asking questions,
Okay,
and for that, I'm the toxic person. Is it toxic,
no,
Jacob?
it's not. It's not toxic at all.
Well, I'm
It's
branded
not
by
toxic.
toxic. I'm
Okay.
branded to be toxic.
I mean, some people. Hang on. Some people might be offended that you ask, like, "What's in Ethan's pants? Is it pussy or balls?" They might find that to be like sexist or somehow otherwise derogatory. Okay, but like, bro, I totally get where you're coming from, and I, I suppose that what I can say here is that At this time, I don't think others can do it. I'm very comfortable with notionals, yes, and and I do have questions.
So someone says I'm do as the part of community. Yeah, that's
Well, no,
that's
yeah,
the
like
truth.
I mean, I do have questions about Confio, okay,
But
and
well,
I don't run
regarding
notional.
what's in the pants of Ethan
But
Frey,
yeah,
I tell you something.
oh,
I
we're going to talk about that again?
no, no,
Really?
because then
Yeah.
you will be telling me that I keep talking about people
No,
penis.
what if you had it all cut off and he has neither? Do you think of that?
That would explain everything.
Done.
Then
I
I
mean,
would have
look,
no
I mean, I
question.
really hope that when we leave this call, you're not referring to me as an enemy by the end of this call. Because fuck, man, you're great.
Well, it helped this but I went to the cinema yesterday
Okay,
for
what do you
the
want?
whale.
At
The
the cinema.
whale of Darren Aronofsky was very emotional. It made me like
What the
I
hell is
wanted
it?
to cry and I was
What is
holding
it? The
myself.
way? What is it?
It's the movie. It's the
Yeah.
movie.
Is it about an animal or people?
It's about the people. It's about human relations and the pain. I think
Why is it called the whale?
it refers to one essay
Hmm.
and
Yes.
referring to the book of who was it? The whale.
I don't know. You mean like with Captain Ahab? Captain Ahab. What is that book called? Moby
The
Dick.
whale of
Dick?
Moby Dick, right? The
Okay.
whale
All
of
right. Yeah.
Moby Dick, the story, but it's about human who is very obese and he's
Oh,
whatever. But
well, I mean,
so it's kind of like, but so you know what was in the movie?
no, I don't
In
know.
the
I haven't seen
so
it.
I tell you something, and you should watch.
Okay, I will.
And
Just for you.
it really resonated to me that he kind of wished, that the character wished that people would fucking write something that is true and honest. So when I say, does this person has balls in the pants? Because,
Don, I know what you mean.
but I tell
And
you, this is
I don't
something
have a problem
true
with how you
and
speak.
honest. And I tell you, and the medium, when I read the medium articles of those people, when I see the conversations of Cosmos on the Twitter, none of that lies close to truth and honest. So I might say bad
Don,
words,
again,
but I'm,
I do not believe
I
that
can tell you,
Caleb is lying.
but those words that I say are true and honest.
Fucking, it's very, very true, Don. Don,
And
why do you think I'm here with you? Why do you think you were always willing to have me on when I had the most unpleasant shit in the world to say? Okay? I recognize that you value accuracy, that you value truth, and I appreciate that.
and I think then also the strategy that you use to get approval of the funding of Notional, and I think this
And there's a strategy?
it 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 caused the Notional employees to go on Twitter and instead of saying something true and honest, they were
Wait, wait,
saying
wait, wait.
things that
What the hell
please
are you talking
people.
about?
I'm so remember I had my little argument with the lead, right?
I remember this, yeah.
And I
Well,
was
it
like,
wasn't really a little argument. You guys were straight telling each other to fuck off and shit like straight in public.
I don't know if like, and I remember there was some drama. I don't even know what was this, right? And under the same post, there was like compliments towards like Cryptocito and slashing the YouTubers who essentially criticize. So I
Sure.
felt it was like, okay, so that's your strategy to get
No,
funding,
well,
right? So this is
hang
your
on, hang on.
strategy,
The
right?
answer is no. Okay. Um, the extent to which I get the rest of the team involved in Twitter is like, if I think I wrote a banger tweet, I post it in our tweets channel. That's it.
But yeah,
Also,
I do think now.
hang on, if there's a tweet about us that's like blatantly false or some shit, I do the same thing. But I look. And by the way, you said employees. It's very important for you to understand that we mainly don't have those. What I mean is, like, everybody who's senior here is an owner. We've been really intentional about that.
But so I should say yes. So Notional openly criticized creators like me.
Where? 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 What did I do?
Well,
What did
because
we
the
do?
partners at Notional
What,
criticized
bro,
me.
bro, bro. Look, I may criticize you, okay?
Well,
Like, in what
I don't
context?
mean
What are we even talking
criticizing, but
about?
criticizing me and praising the the people who would never give you support was like a little.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the whole like lit situation? Whole thing that happened between you and lit?
Yeah,
You know
that's what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying. And after that, I
Yeah, but you don't
saw
know what I said.
and
You
but
don't know what I said.
well,
You don't know what I said.
I don't know, but I'm saying it appears that
But
you,
Brett,
in order to
okay.
receive the funding, you actually saying things that people want to hear,
No, I
and I
disagree
simply
with that.
don't really like it.
I disagree with that very strongly. Concurrent to our proposal, okay? Concurrent to 104 is a Cosmos Hub proposal to censure all nodes, okay? And dude, that thing is risky to the other one. But I firmly believe that it is correct to censure all nodes. I believe that they lied both to their customers and to the community. I did it anyway. And you know who really doesn't like 104? You want to know? Sybils. Sybils don't like 104. No,
Well, because there is a lot of personal wars, you know.
it ain't no personal, Don.
But I
Don,
do think,
Don,
like
Don,
many people speak that
are you going to go and start up 5 validators on the hub?
too much work.
Wait. I'm not talking about is it a lot of work or what. I'm talking about do you think it's unethical to Sybil the hell out of the hub? Oh, Ben, if the rack space is still going, I'll join it right after this.
It wasn't
Okay?
solid, yes. So like I don't know, like you guys, it's anyway, it's passing. So like
No,
I it's
Don.
pointless to even
You
discuss.
listen to me here, sir. Do you not recognize that trying to be strong and secure the hub costs notional support on 104? It's a simple yes or no.
Well, you received a lot of support from others now, and you quite effective at this work because I see you creating a lot of groups with like influential people
Yeah, but dude, I mean,
from the hub. So essentially, like
anytime.
if anyone tries hard enough, they might end up to be part of the cartel.
Well, I mean, Don, I'm not Don. First of all, there is a cartel. Okay, it's real. And secondly, I don't think it is what you think it is. And thirdly, I have no interest in a cartel. And that's why I do unpopular things. That's why Notional does unpopular things. For example, making a proposal to censure all nodes. Okay?
I also like not sure how I voted. Let me see. Maybe I didn't vote, but
Well, I
I
sure hope you did because let me tell you, man, they did not cool stuff on Luna Classic. I wrote a 17-page document on it. And I fully understand that the hub is populated with all kinds of VAS validators. And I knew the risks.
I don't
And I
like
did
all
it because it was
nodes.
right.
I don't see my vote,
Well, you should vote.
but there is the I wonder if it will have consequences for other large infrastructure providers to avoid the hub.
Well, Don, it should have consequences. Okay? Here, Don.
I think I will
Here,
not
we
vote
want
on that. I don't know how to vote.
you're all like, oh, you changed your tone so that 104 can pass. Bullshit. Ready? Coinbase Cloud is nearly as bad as all nodes.
People want to know who is the cartel.
Who is the cartel? It's essentially like Oh, this pains my balls. All right. So, like, we must, please listen, everybody. We absolutely must make the ICF transparent. We just must. Because they claim transparency, but they are not transparent. I have my suspicions and vibes. I think I'm far better informed than Don. I will not name names because I can't know. And that is some fucked up shit now, isn't it? So, my friends, or even my enemies, please, please, ICF transparency has got to happen. It's very, very important. We need to know, how is the ICF spending money? We need to know, why is the ICF spending money? We need to know what the ICF say, like, plans for the next year are. But in terms of who is the cartel, Ben, I beg your forgiveness. I know for sure that people who are receiving grants from the ICF are under NDA. They can't even talk about the situation. And because of this, I feel like it would be morally wrong for me to go naming names, because the reality is there might be really important shit. And by the way, Don, this is why I voted yes on Confio's proposal in the end, because there could be really important shit that the ICF grant recipients could not tell me. And Don, I get what you're saying about Dennis. Oh, Dennis is weak because he won't just go and do it. Don, we're talking about, you know, really very serious businesses that, quite frankly, I appreciate greatly. Okay. And without ICF transparency, I will know exactly jack shit. So, check this out. Ready? Who's the cartel? It's the ICF and AIB. What the fuck are they doing? Excuse my language, everybody.
That's Frankie always said, like, but it's always so. Yeah, I agree with you. I
Frankie,
agree with you. I
let
told
me
you
actually
something.
just jump in here, though. Frankie, I know much
Um,
more than I'm willing to say.
um,
And Frankie, um,
there
it,
is few cartels. I believe there is few cartels. Okay, there is one cartel that is ICF, but there is couple organizations. So there is this ICF in Germany that actually does something, and
wait,
there
wait,
is
wait. No,
the
that's Interchain Gamba.
yeah.
And
So
you
I'm
stand
saying
to do
you're saying
almost nothing.
Interchain Foundation, the Swiss one, that's distribute.
Don, there's so much you don't know. Ready? Ready?
So
Because here's
so
something I can speak on. Okay, a large number of individuals recently left the organization called Interchain Gamba. Okay,
Billy
and,
and Sam, and I think Sam for good. I don't
and
think
Sam
he's right.
is no longer with ICF or IG. Okay, he is gone. Right. Furthermore, everybody who used to work on the consensus mechanism known as Tendermint, they have also left IG. They have moved to informal. Okay. I also want to say that when it comes to Comet, Comet BFT, Don, you know what that is? Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I mean, there's the
Yeah,
new tender mint. That's how
yeah,
they call it.
the
Yeah,
consensus
yeah,
mechanism.
I know this. I just don't like the name. I
Okay,
think it's
that's fine. Listen, let me just say something though. I'm I'm always ready to criticize when I see shit, right? Well, how about this? You put it like, if you see shit, say shit. Frankly, Comet seems like it's doing really pretty good. And, um, I'm not a huge fan of Thybord. I don't think he's doing comms very well for Cosmos.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's a criticism I'm happy to lay at Informal. Flip side of this, guys, it's finally like I can be more public about this because everything's addressed. I'm holding in my hand, and I keep literally on my desk, Informal's audit of Stripe. Okay, and it's because when Notional begins to audit chains, notice I said when, not if, but when. Okay, we want to do it this well. It's fantastic. So, who is the cartel? Well, certainly it's not like all of informal, and certainly, guys, I worked with an informal employee on the peer-to-peer issue on Tendermint. Damn, yo, he was amazing. Guy's name was uh-oh, uh-oh. People, I'm terrible with names. I feel very embarrassed now because he was really good. Silvio M, I think. Okay, unbelievable how well he did. Ah, Rarma. The stride audit cost the community nothing. Um, but Rarma, I strongly agree with you. The community should know all the costs. Rarma, the stride audit was funded by Stride. And actually, even though it's expensive, um, like I recommend informal for audits. I want to say that. I want to say it directly. And like when Notional can make a competing offering, I will. I'll be like, yo, we can compete with that. Right now, we can't. Um, the other cool thing I'll share with
I
you
want to
all.
say, because there's quite a lot of people, this show is brought to you by Stargaze.
Fuck yes, guys.
Everyone should buy NFTs.
Pick up some stars. Pick up some NFTs. Um, because
We can get back on track. I just want to, because we
no,
talk
no,
about
no,
so
no,
many institutions
Notional
that
is
never
friend of
really showed
Stargaze
me
as well.
support. So
In
I just want to.
fact, if we're talking about the peer-to-peer bug, you know who identified it?
What you say?
Jorge. Jorge
Oh, because
identified.
Jorge is so shout out to Jorge, one of the greatest Cosmos probably people who do the job. And you know, I really like Stargaze because they seem to be quite away of the hub and all of the Cosmos drama, which I now learn to appreciate because they are building their own shit. And that's important. Don't ever align with the rest of the ecosystem because it will burn you. I think it's very important. So, but Jacob, so I see the few cartels. So you have on one the ICF, right? The ICF organization that moves hundreds of millions of dollars, right? It seems the cash burnout $40 million a year, mainly coming from the issuance of new tokens and dilutions. And I don't even think they are cash positive, which is quite scary here. So
What is
wonder.
that? Stargaze?
No, I'm talking about ICF.
Oh God.
About
Wait,
uh,
Don. Okay, listen. You are correct. Okay. I share your worries. Um, and I wrote that open letter to the ICF, and something that I hate, Don. I really hate this. Okay. You and I were talking about Confio. You and I were talking about Notion, and it became about the ICF. And this is not fair to the rest of the ecosystem.
well, it was after people asked you about cartel, and you made the
Oh, yeah,
you
well,
mentioned
I'm
ICF.
certain.
So
I
I
am
do.
certain that both founding organizations, that is one, AIB, two, ICF,
Yes, so we have
are,
ICF.
hang on,
Where
they they haven't violated any terms, okay? There really kind of weren't any terms, okay? But the thing is, everybody in the audience, AIB just rugged consensus. Instead of starting a 2.0 branch in the Tendermint repository, they it's unbelievable. Okay, like myself and 70 other people had their work rugged, and Don, here, like, just to speak in praise of informal for just a second, dude. The consensus rugging cost 3 months. The consensus rugging cost 3 months, not only at informal, but also for the
But
decay.
what I'm trying to say, and I was saying, it appears the one cartel that you mentioned, that is ICF, cash burnout of $40 million a year, that might be cash negative, and it's mainly liquidation of extra issued atoms.
Yeah, well,
And on the other
I
side, let
don't
me
know if it's mainly atoms or what. They just sold a bunch of Bitcoin too. I wish they wouldn't sell Bitcoin because I'm a maxi, you know. But
um well, they have to, because they have heavy, it seems like, as the organization, as the foundation, they have very heavy expenditure compared to many foundations, to be honest. Which is, and you don't know where it's getting spent. I was
well,
referring
okay,
to.
Don, there it is. There it is. You hit it right there. Okay, you don't know where it's getting spent, and you
Well, what I'm saying, Jacob, the Ethereum Foundation in the bull market had the. I understand people said it's more complicated because here is the interchain, but like, Ethereum Foundation spent $48 million in the bull market, while ICF is spending 40 in the bear market.
wait, wait,
Which is.
wait. Don, I don't think that's actually true though. I think the EF's budget is larger than 48 million a year
$48 million they
annually.
last year. Yes.
Really? You
Yes, that's
sure?
what I'm saying. When I saw this
Uh,
number 40, it was like, what's going
really?
on? Yes. It's they established, and much greater, actually much greater resources, and 300 million they had in non-crypto investments. So
Okay, I have another question for you, Don. Does the EF publish a transparency report or anything like that?
they do every year.
Really?
I mean, they
I
do
mean,
the
how
blog
detailed
post,
is it?
they do
Can you,
the Ethereum
can you
Foundation.
pull up an EF transparency report on the
Oh
screen?
no, you mean Interchain Foundation? Oh, the no, I just
Ethereum Foundation. Ethereum
Ethereum
Foundation.
Foundation.
And like,
I
now
would
I'm
have
interested.
to I would have to found it, because it was so spending. But they do the blog post every year. Essentially, the Ethereum writes the blog post about they spending every year. Um, so or they also like communicate with the blog post. So like, I can't find now the Ethereum blog. But I have the CoinDesk article now. But as I said, they write the blog, so I tell you, in that was the last year, so that was the March 31, 2022. 1.3 billion was in ETH, and 300 million in non-crypto investments. And they then break down the spending, so it spends excess of 48 million on various teams, funding, and bounties last year.
Yeah, Don, you know what? I You're right. Okay. Like, if EF spent 48 million, well, then what I know about ICF funding is we're,
So, and people were saying, hey, the Cosmos is much greater because we have multi-chain, it's all ecosystem. But
bro,
actually, when
you're
it
just
comes to
correct.
Ethereum, the size of Ethereum, people don't realize, I think. But I had there was the breakdown. So Ethereum developers, agencies, and teams involved in the foundation activities pocketed 5.1 million in 2021. Research and development of layer 1 or base blockchains saw a majority of last year's spending at over 21 million, which included research on mainnet upgrades, security, mechanism design, and grant to external clients.
Just out of hang on, I have a question now. Does does the EF ever break that down by organization, or is it
Um,
only
I
summary data available?
I only found the summary of the spending, but maybe there is something on Ethereum Foundation website.
Okay.
Um,
So Don, I mean, I hope that we can arrive at a place of peace here. Okay. I'm not quitting arguing for accuracy in Cosmos because I'm making a governance proposal on the hub. Not at all. In fact, the community pool was the only place Notional could go to because the ICF says that they are not accepting grant applications. You know that, right?
mhm,
Okay.
yes.
So, and furthermore, concerning Confio, I absolutely thought about voting no. Okay. And I will tell you that I do not run Notional with a high admin overhead. Um, and like frankly, the managers and stuff that you showed the other day, I I question it. Okay, I need you to understand that. However, I also know that at this time there's not a way to replace Confio. Okay,
Sorry
and
for raising my hand, but
no, always do. What up?
so yeah, like just we know ICF heavy spending similar all in beats spend similar amount of money to support they people with no development. But
Hold on,
I
hold
want
on,
to
hold
share
on.
something that I
What?
would like to see in Cosmos. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen.
Please, yes, sir.
So um actually, like if you go to Ethereum Foundation, right? And I think it would be nice. You can see the Ethereum Foundation report.
Beautiful. Yes,
Um,
this is
right?
what
So
we need.
you
Huh?
can actually go through this. So the reason why I recently was saying, hey, I actually like I really like Ethereum. Like it's actually I feel there is more honesty
I hate it, but that's okay. Keep going.
and they run the blog, and in the blog, they do allocation updates by ecosystem support program team. So they share where they allocate the grants and all the stuff. We don't have this sort of stuff, and I'm not saying it's some crazy transparency. I just first time seeing that, but you can see the blog is you know run every few days. There is
Yeah,
information what's happening with the foundations, where the money is going, how much money is going. And I think
dude, I fully agree. Okay,
right.
and
So
um, but what I want for you to recognize, man, is that I haven't changed my position on these things, and that the reason that and I want you to understand this. I want the audience to understand this too. The reason that notional hell, I'll go as far as say I vocally endorse Confio's proposal is that I know for a fact ICF hasn't done quite right by them. And I also know we are like a married couple, but you know what? He's fucking great, so it's all good. With more sexual tension. Well, I mean, we haven't actually met in person. It could be quite a release. I don't know. When are you coming to Hanoi, by the way?
I don't know. I'm waiting for my new passport
Oh yeah, Jesus,
because
that's hard. Actually, is it
it
is
was
it a pain in the ass? I hate that crap.
no, it's easy. It was just less than 6 months. I don't know. I need to probably stay away from crypto and more with my real life. That would be.
Uh, Crypto is quite real. It's not going away.
Just I don't know. Maybe Cosmos will go away.
No, Cosmos isn't going away either. In fact, if anybody is wondering, hey, if Cosmos has all these things going wrong, okay, and is Jacob saying, hey, get the fuck out of Cosmos? Well, let me just say that I'm still here because it's the best software stack, okay, and I'm in fact, but even more than that, guys, the support that I, as like a rando engineer who started an Osmo Validator, got from fuck, Don, you're like, hey, let's, shell Stargaze. I'm very happy to shell Stargaze. Don, I made a couple of minor code contributions before the release or something. I forget what I did, but I did something. And Stargaze, you know,
I actually want to Stargaze to be like quite outside of the Cosmos, because I see the problem with Cosmos validators. And for example, many don't understand NFTs. And I think it would be so the validators while and the communities completely two different stories. But I want to address one thing that I actually addressed with Osmosis, and it's
mhm,
ignored by many. I mean,
okay,
many people actually like this post, and many people thought I'm fadding or doing
okay,
something. So because you put all the attention to the code, and I think after that we can finish.
okay, that sounds very
We
good.
we as the Cosmos are cornering ourselves with Osmosis. Actually, there is
Mm,
great danger of liquidity. What I'm speaking about, Jacob, is a lot of small coins they bond their liquidity with Osmo token, what means they 100% dependent of the Osmo token. If the Osmo ever would be getting exploited or racked, it's the whole Cosmos ecosystem is going down because of bonding liquidity to Osmo token. It's very unwise to not really.
I just want to say that I agree with you. Okay.
So, and it's
But hang on, Don. Osmosis's excellence is not Osmosis's fault. Okay. Don,
it's fault of the
I
project
fully.
and everyone ignoring that because instead of bonding
Yes, it
liquidity
is. It is the fault of the projects. Okay. And
instead of bonding liquidity to Osmo, but also Osmosis doesn't support other stablecoin alternatives. It would be great if projects can come and bond their liquidity with Ethereum stablecoins. That would remove some dependence on cornering themselves into that liquidity. That's actually a lot. There's great
well,
danger by
okay,
doing.
here, let me walk through a few examples, and let me also just share with you real freaking directly. Okay. Uh, Notional advises various projects in Cosmos. Okay. And no, we don't say you should list only on Osmo. Now, I'll also look. I do have the tattoo. Okay, it's very real. I think that Osmosis is the best DEX in Cosmos, and I think that if you don't list on Osmosis, that's insane. Okay, but Mr. Kryptonium over here is correct in that no, don't only list on Osmosis. But you know what else, Don? I don't think that frickin' Sonny Argawal would say only list on Osmosis. I don't
I think
feel
Sunny
like fucking
understand the
blinding
problem.
people's real values.
I think Sunny understand the problem, but also it's in his business to not do that. Not only bond to other exchanges, you need to build really well diversified liquidity, and you should prioritize the stable coins because if you bond it to
Well,
the
hang on, Don. I've honestly never seen Sonny advise against what you're describing. Okay,
so what I'm
literally,
saying, if Osmo goes 10%, your shitcoin might go.
I
We'll follow
understand.
always
I
Osmo,
know.
right?
Yeah, but
It's really
but don't blame Osmosis for its own excellence. Okay, it's a really good fucking exchange.
it's great exchange. I'm not saying that, but like
Okay, no, very good.
if you even if you look at the Uniswap is different because all the liquidity is bonded to Ethereum and stablecoin, so you don't rely on the protocol coin. So yeah, there is dangers. Actually, I do have it's great DEX, but praising this as the liquidity hub and the kind of voices that you would go and say, "Hey, Osmo is liquidity hub."
I figured it out, Don. Look, now when I point at you, I actually point at you.
Yeah,
Holding up the
I
mirror
see it.
camera button. It's a beautiful thing.
I see it. But
Okay.
so the point is, Osmosis shouldn't be liquidity hub because if you build liquidity hub and bond it to the one token, you essentially put whole ecosystem in danger.
Well,
Um,
Don, hang on. What you're really saying here? Okay, I've got to kind of disagree with you. Look, like you're kind of arguing that look, people use osmosis, both the project teams, okay, and the end users. Don, it's not like because they're forced to use it. It's because it's really fucking good.
yes, but they're unwise by bonding this to Osmo token, and
Yeah, again,
The
Don,
smaller Osmo
I
is
agree with you.
becoming, if there is the bear market, if the Osmo is diluting, going down, and the smaller it's becoming, it's going to have effect on the whole ecosystem going down. And
Look,
also,
hang on, but you're dealing in if comes right now, and all I want to
well,
say is that like,
look, Jacob,
yeah,
if the Osmo becomes very small, it can become very volatile. And that's
oh,
also not ideal solution for all the pairs because then you
you're
can
right.
manipulate the shit out of Cosmos ecosystem.
Oswald, yeah, but the thing is they don't, and that's why they're so popular.
We'll see. We'll
And
see because it's not finished yet.
I feel you, bro. But again, I would not present this. The only thing I disagree with about what you're saying right now, Don. Oh. Hey, Don, how about you answer Juan's question, and then we terminate today's call. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Juan, Evmos is great. They are inventors of the Ether Mint, but they do not have the EVM culture. Hence, they quite failed with the user base, they airdrop, and it had the consequences of the ecosystem. They were unable to tap into EVM community, something that Kanto did use the technology. And as Kanto had the EVM community and they had some products, they were like nicely tapping into this. We'll see better, but like yeah, I think Evmos needs to work on finding their identity now. They don't have him. Yeah, that was my take. Like Evmos had Cosmos users that were not experienced with the EVM, which didn't really work well for them.
Now, Don, I have one last question for you. Okay. You really think I'm a damn grifter? You know, here,
I,
grifter.
I think you already the drinks are getting to your bloodstream.
Huh?
The drinks are getting to the bloodstream. I do have my doubts.
Oh, I never asked you not to doubt. I'm not Jesus. But you
I
think
I
I'm a damn grifter? Ah,
maybe.
there we go. Yeah, Christopher Edwards Bailey's got a point, man. Get your shirt off.
Why would I get my shirt off?
Skin in the game, bro. Skin in the game.
That's my.
There we go. All right. Yeah. Now we got two shirtless men doing totally normal stuff.
So weird. What the
See ya.
fuck? Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, guys. It was a good show. This is so weird. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.